there have been some significant developments and additional speculation surrounding the team following the trade that took place earlier today. This topic has been addressed in detail, and we trust that you've taken the time to watch the video regarding it. Since we recorded that segment, we have received more accurate information, which include a 5th-round pick and another from the 7th round. It has been confirmed that one of these picks is part of the compensation for the team, while the other comes from the New England Patriots. As a result of this transaction, the team's position has shifted to the 117th overall pick, while the Patriots will select at the 171st position, which marks a drop of 46 spots compared to the approximate value of a pick at the start of the 6th round. This is a relatively low cost, especially considering that the team has acquired a potential new backup quarterback. However, at this moment, it's still unclear whether the team has finished making their moves. There have been several indications that more than one trade is being considered, though it seems that the offer for the 5th-round pick has been under discussion for some time. The big question is, will the team move forward with another trade? Leave your opinion in the comments below, with a yes for a trade and a no if you think they'll stand pat. One name that has been mentioned for quite some time and remains in the spotlight is the cornerback from the Green Bay Packers. The team still needs reinforcements in the secondary, and this player's situation remains uncertain. The Packers' general manager commented on the situation, noting that they are still evaluating the landscape. He acknowledged that the player is a valuable asset to the team, but also stressed that there is still time to resolve the situation and decide what is best for both the player and the organization. A significant investment has been made, and it is crucial for the team to ensure that, should the player not contribute to the team's success on the field, they get something of value in return for this investment. Honestly, I initially thought that the player would have already been released, which would have allowed the Packers to save a substantial amount of money. The relationship has had its ups and downs over the years, despite the player's standout performances in the playoffs last year and the year before against a major rival. Unfortunately, even with his undeniable talent, there are complications that need to be addressed. This relationship has faced several challenges. There have been both highs and lows with this player in recent years, with notable performances in the playoffs last season against a rival. However, even with his undeniable talent, there are serious concerns. The primary issue is his health. When he's healthy, he plays at a high level, but he has spent long stretches on the sidelines in the past 2 seasons. In 2024, he missed a considerable amount of time, and the same was true in 2023. He didn't play at all in 2022 and was absent for almost the entire 2021 season. That's a major problem. I believe the injuries and inconsistency in his availability are key reasons why the team has considered moving on, but they're clearly reluctant to part with him without receiving fair value in return. This situation could be leveraged to retain value and potentially get something in return for him. However, at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's anyone willing to make a trade. The financial impact is considerable, along with potential additional bonuses. Right now, he's slated to receive a significant amount of money. This figure reflects the financial commitment to the player, minus just over $500,000 in incentives that likely won't have an impact, as they probably won't be reached. It's still a significant financial commitment. The team could save just over $7.5 million at this point, or $17.2 million if they decide to cut or trade him after June 1st. In addition, he is set to receive a non-guaranteed sum in 2026. That's quite a hefty amount. The team has the financial capacity to make this work. I believe a player like him would fit perfectly into their needs, capable of playing on the outside or moving inside as needed, with that intense personality often seen in confident cornerbacks. However, the financial aspect presents a real challenge. So, would you consider trading for this player? Leave your thoughts with a yes or no in the comment section of today's discussion. It's the featured comment in this video. If an ad pops up here on the platform, take a minute to reflect and share your opinion. With the future of this player still uncertain, I'm genuinely interested in him for the team that's looking to strengthen their roster. The highlighted comment in today's video is definitely thought-provoking. So, if any ads show up on YouTube, be sure to pay attention to that. With the future of certain players in Green Bay up in the air, there is genuine interest from the Dallas Cowboys in them. They appear to be a perfect fit for the current needs, particularly at quarterback, at least on the field. When healthy, these players continue to be highly effective and contribute significantly to the defense. However, the financial issue remains a major concern for the Cowboys and their way of operating. This also explains why no trade has been made so far. $17.5 million is a substantial amount. It's uncertain whether the Packers would be willing to absorb part of this cost, as they might simply cut the player. This situation should be watched closely, especially with the third day of the NFL draft approaching. If a high-value pick could have been secured, a trade would likely have already taken place. Depending on the Cowboys' decisions or omissions regarding cornerbacks in this draft, a player like this could still be in the plans, even if he is cut or considered a trade candidate, given the potential for salary cap relief. Recently, there's been a lot of discussion surrounding the performance of certain players. For example, there is potential impact from one receiver on the receiving yards of another, while there are also suggestions that a quarterback's rushing yards could see a decline due to a change in strategy. Recently, a new 2-round NFL draft projection was released, and this scenario looks to be quite close to an ideal outcome for the Cowboys, remaining within the realm of possibility. In the first round, the selection of a wide receiver from Arizona is heavily supported. While he might not have the same speed as another player, his production is far superior, with an average of over 100 receiving yards per game in the past 2 seasons. He shows an impressive ability to make plays after the catch, especially considering his size and build. Putting aside comparisons to other athletes, he stands out as one of the top wide receivers in this draft class. Moving on to the second round of this projection, a running back is selected, aligning perfectly with the preference for explosive players. While some might prefer bulkier runners, there's a clear preference for those who can make significant plays in space. This running back embodies that explosiveness. Pre-injury comparisons to other players have been made, and a comparison to a well-known player is also fitting. The goal isn't to overload him with carries in a single season, but his performance has been remarkably impressive given the circumstances. Observations from last season were highly favorable. My admiration for Henderson is significant. I see the pairing between Henderson and McMillan as a tremendous partnership. So, what's your assessment of these 2 early picks? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section of today's conversation. For me, this is a great sign. I truly value this combination. You get a top receiver and still add a solid running back. During this time leading up to the draft, we've dedicated time to examining how these players fit into the team's objectives. It's uncertain whether either of them will be available, and I'm not sure if that will happen, but it's worth noting that NFL.com mentioned both Vic Mill and Henderson in their mock 2-round draft. While it's an ideal scenario, sometimes it materializes and sometimes it doesn't, but both picks seem very logical. An analyst who previously worked with a prominent media outlet and is now with another highlighted in a recent video that there is significant interest in a potential selection at the 12th position for the team. I fully agree with that idea. I see McMillan as an outside threat. Given his ability to make plays after the catch, his physical build, and his skills with the ball, I think he would be an excellent pick at the 12th position. Whether he's the first or second receiver selected, I would fully support that decision in the first round. Additionally, we will have live coverage of the NFL draft here on the channel, so be sure to tune in for more team updates. Now, let's move on to the latest news about the 30 visits. A reporter from the Draft Network revealed that one player has a scheduled 30 visit with the team. This is the 6th confirmed visit, by the way. He's primarily played as a tackle, but I'm convinced that his future lies at guard, specifically as a candidate for the right guard position for the team. The intent behind bringing him in for a visit is clear. With his impressive arm length and experience with zone blocking, he aligns well with the team's interests. He's no longer the athlete he was initially ranked as, and while I don't consider him an elite player, he has trouble recovering when beaten. The move to guard may, in fact, benefit his playing style. I see him as a solid option for the second day of the draft. The team clearly shows interest in certain players. He's no longer the athlete he was once listed as, and while I don't see him as an elite player, I think moving him to guard could be a good solution. I consider him a strong pick for the second day of the draft. Now, Speaking of the 30 visits, other players under evaluation include a player from a prestigious university, another from a Texas school, and an edge rusher from Texas University as well. Recently, I learned that one player has updated the way his name should be pronounced. A quarterback from a university is also doing his 30 visit with the team today, according to an update I saw. Another athlete is a safety from a Texas university. These are the players we know who have participated in visits so far. Additionally, off-season workouts have already been announced. The team could have started activities as early as April 7th, but decided not to, possibly, so the head coach could focus on draft matters. So, activities will start on April 14th. OTAs are scheduled for May 19th, 20th, 22nd, 28th, and 30th. In June, OTAs will take place on the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, followed by the mandatory minicamp, which will be held from June 10th to 12th. It's worth remembering that after the draft and before OTAs in May, there will also be a minicamp for rookies. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that could shake up the NFL landscape, the Dallas Cowboys are reportedly exploring the possibility of acquiring Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love. With Dak Prescott's future in Dallas still uncertain, the Cowboys front office has turned its attention to Love, who has quickly established himself as one of the league's premier young quarterbacks. The mere idea of Love swapping the green and gold for the iconic star-studded silver and blue has already sent waves through the football world. Love, fresh off a $220 million contract extension signed in 2024, has proven his worth as Green Bay's franchise quarterback. After taking the reins from Aaron Rodgers, the 25-year-old led the Packers to a playoff victory in his first full season as a starter, displaying poise, precision, and the ability to make big plays under pressure. His return from an early season MCL sprain in 2024 only further solidified his reputation as a resilient competitor, putting up impressive numbers in a narrow loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Dallas, in search of long-term stability at quarterback, sees Love as a potential game-changer. The Cowboys' interest in Love raises several key questions. How willing would Green Bay be to part ways with a player they've invested heavily in? Would Dallas be ready to offer a blockbuster trade package, potentially including high draft picks or even established stars? Speculation suggests that owner Jerry Jones is determined to make a splash, and bringing in a rising star like Love could be the bold move he needs to push Dallas into Super Bowl contention. However, prying Love away from Green Bay won't be easy. The Packers have built their future around him, and despite the team's struggles early in the 2024 season, Love remains a cornerstone of their offense. For the Cowboys, the situation is delicate. Do they go all in on a major trade, or do they remain patient and explore other options? The decision could define the franchise's direction for years to come. As rumors continue to swirl, all eyes will be on the Cowboys front office. Will they make a bold move to land one of the NFL's most promising quarterbacks? Or will Green Bay shut down any possibility of a deal, reaffirming their faith in Love as their long-term leader? The NFL offseason is just heating up, and this potential blockbuster could be one of the biggest storylines to watch. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.